Hello everyone, this is a teaser video for Sunday, August 16th. We're basically 2 weeks away from the church retreat. Hopefully everyone who's planning on going to the church retreat is signing up and turning in the forms. We want to have a great time. We're also partnering with Caring Community Church, so they will be with us. I know they're inviting the softball team. Hopefully there'll be a softball game Saturday afternoon. If you're planning to go to the church retreat, we encourage you to get all that paperwork taken care of so we can do that. And one of the things at church retreat, a lot of us talk about camp food. A lot of us like to eat camp food, and actually that gives me a nice lead in to the title of my sermon is How Much is Enough? And when we think of camp food, I don't know how, I'm sure a lot of us have walked away from those tables going, oh man, I ate too much. But how much is enough? We're going to actually look at Deuteronomy chapter 24, verses 19 through 22. That's Deuteronomy chapter 24, verses 19 through 22. But actually the book of Deuteronomy is talking a lot about righteous living and Christian living. And that's what this passage is talking about. So I encourage you to read this passage and get an idea of what it's talking about. And again, it goes with our whole phrase is how much is enough. And I think we will find that God does take care of our needs, and we tend to have more than we really need. You can see that in all kinds of different ways. You can see that in capitalism with people being greedy. You can see it on the shows that talking about hoarders. Obviously, hoarders have more than enough, so much more than enough that it's a safety condition or a health living condition. I already mentioned about overeating. A lot of the sins listed in Scripture talks more about moderation, because usually anything in abundance is sinful. It's a waste. It's usually it's listed as something that's not a good thing. So the biggest challenge is, what do we understand as moderation? And if we don't trust in moderation, or is that saying we're not trusting God or trusting that God will provide? Most of us, as we get older, soon I have already done this, we downsize. We move from bigger houses to smaller houses, and we find out all the stuff we accumulated. Soon I gave away a lot of stuff to different organizations because we had too much. Things we didn't need, things we didn't use. The way I looked at it, if I moved it in a box 4 different times and it hasn't come out of that box yet, guess what? We probably don't need it. So think about the things that you have that you don't need. How many of us really need to look at our life and say, God has provided, these are things I don't need, somebody else could possibly use them? Or are we still in that mindset of getting everything we can? We are in a society, in a world that promotes looking out for number one and getting everything that you can. But is that truly godly living? Is that truly following the example that we've been taught? So that's the challenge. You gotta the whole week, or this is obviously posted on Wednesday, you got a few days to think about how much is enough and how many of us have more than enough. I look forward to seeing everyone on Sunday. Until then, take care and be safe.